Welcome to Pokemon Part 46, and this one will be finally making our way to Opelucid City. Question mark? How's that pronounced? Opelucid? Opelucid? Whatever, we're on to some cloud city. Thanks, buddy. Anyway, this is another bridge. Because Pokemon Gen 5 loves its bridges. But this one's really cool. We sort of see the trains going underneath us. That's a really nice effect. Again, this is meant to be based off New York, so I guess this is one of those famous bridges. And I'm trying to talk to this girl here because she will give me something rather special. TM43 Flame Charge. A fire type move. It's got fairly low power, but it does raise your speed. Oh, hello, Getsus. Fancy meeting you here. I love those three ninjas. We brought who you wanted. You know, that guy who was walking in this direction anyway. Oh, look at him strutting back and forth like a badass villain. I was saying that out of all the Pokemon characters, he probably is like the best villain. Well, in the game series anyway. Oh, okay. This isn't really new information. He's just telling us that we know the stone. Oh, so that he knows we have the stone. So I guess that's a bit more useful information. Although, I guess if he was being a proper villain, he would sort of take away the Dark Stone away from me. I mean, he's got me outnumbered. And I've seen his Pokemon, they're really quite powerful. But I guess he wants me to awaken the Dark Dragon and start some kind of destiny or something. Anyway, Route 9, this is quite interesting because it has a huge shopping mall. Hey, don't throw your TMs at me, mate. So, TM Fling, it's a Dark type move and its power is based off what item you're carrying. So yeah, I don't really like to use it because you essentially lose whatever item you're carrying. And of course this area having a sort of huge shopping mall is very reminiscent of Celadon City. And that's something I still miss from the first gen, the fact that you had this great shopping centre which you could buy all the cool TMs. I guess they thought it would be broken, but oh well, I'll still miss it. Yeah, I just love the fact that in the first gen you could just buy Ice Beam and Thunderbolt and Flamethrower from that shopping centre. Anyway, this guy sends out Garbivore, the monstrosity Pokemon. And yeah, again, I'm not complaining the fact that they used a garbage bag as a Pokemon idea. Because in the first game they just used generic sludge. But ew, it looks ugly. I want to kill it. I want to kill it with fire. And of course one type which doesn't really get that much love in this generation is Poison. I think there's like 2 Poison types it introduces. The sort of mushroom Pokemon and this thing. But oh, that's okay. Actually, you know, if you include second types, Poison is the most common type in the first generation. Because you get Poison types and you also get Grass Poison types. I do feel sorry for this guy. I mean, he wants to be a biker, but there aren't any decent roads in this world. He just has to ride back and forth from this one little section here. And I wanted to show off this battle because he uses a quite effective new Pokemon. This is Pawniard, a Dark Steel type. And if I wasn't using Leopard, I think this might be my go-to Dark type. Although saying that, I think the one thing that puts me off is the fact that he has a 4x weakness to fighting type moves. Yeah, I think that's a major negative against the Pokemon. Now, one criticism I've heard about this one is that he doesn't really look like a Pokemon, or at least he looks slightly different. And I would sort of have to agree. I mean, I'm okay with him being a Pokemon, but I have to admit he looks more like a Mega Man villain. Of course, Pawniardi is based off a chess piece. And again, just in case you didn't get a good look at him, you can catch this guy hiding out in the grass here. And this is one of those Pokemon you can only catch here, I believe. So yeah, it's a shame you can only catch this Pokemon pretty late in the game. I'm also looking at a bit of trivia on Pawniard, and it says there is also a resemblance to Super Sentai and the Kamen Rider series. Which, yeah, again, it kind of looks like it does look like a Power Rangers villain. And again, I'm trying to think, yeah, but still, Dark Steel is a new combination, I believe. But anyway, we're in the mall, and you can actually go through a few battles in here, so be wary. I guess another piece of trivia about Pawniard is that it's the only Pokemon with Defiant as a non-hidden ability. When its stats are lowered, its attack increases. That could be an interesting ability. Yeah, but at this point it's worth taking a look around, see what's seeing what's on sale. Of course, I stock up on my usual collection of hyper potions and the like. Ooh, I hope my voice isn't giving out. But yeah, I decided to show off a few battles here, 'cause some of them were quite interesting. And yeah, my Pokemon are at level 41, they're pretty decent at this level. And this is a Pokemon I wanted to show off as well, Lilligant. Sort of a Pokemon that kind of looks like a Southern Belle, with its sort of dress and fancy hat. That's a nice touch. And again, will this be another Pokemon which will become a fairy type? Who knows? Well, if you're not sure, there is like a fairy egg group, and I do wonder, will all these Pokemon become fairy types as well? And I'll remind you that Pikachu is actually in the fairy egg group, so will that become an electric fairy type? And now, if you have a ghost electric Pokemon called Rota, he can actually take on different forms depending on which household object you expose him to. And this is where you would take him. You would take him to these different boxes and he would change form. Now, unfortunately, this Pokemon Rota is one we can't really get until the game is over with. Or at least the main story is. And of course, I have to obsessively check every cardboard box. Well, you never know. You might find the lost episodes of Doctor Who. I guess what can be a bit frustrating is the fact that, I just realised the guy with the rag on his head, he might be a member of Team Aqua, or Plasma. No, it's Team Magma that I'm thinking of. But anyway, like I was saying, what can be frustrating, I guess, is the fact that all these different counters are on different floors. Well, I was saying that, at least they're in one area, at least I don't have to keep taking a lift and go up and down all the floors to find all these different salespeople. But yes, I stuck up on Dusk Balls because there's a few legendaries we still have to catch. Yeah, I tried buying a few Quick Balls. I don't really have much faith in them. I really don't think they work too well. And we also see the mail there, which is a kind of a useless item, but I think you attach it to Pokemon and that you send people a happy message and all that. Wonderful child-friendly Nintendo-ness. Now these you can see they're very expensive, but you can buy a few stat raising items And the thing is, before I face the Elite Four, I actually return here and buy a few speed raising items. I do show that off, so I'll talk a bit more about that when we get to it. A Thunderstone, thank you. Anyway, this waiter wants to fight and he's about to get served. So, again, I said before, it's a shame we don't have another mall like we did in Celadon City. But I guess the thing is, we do have that same type of mall here, but the difference is that this appears later on in the game. I guess having the ability to buy all those useful TMs early on in Gen 1 did make it slightly broken. But anyway, as long as you can eventually buy all these cool items in one way or another, I'm happy about it. Now this Pokemon I want to show off is Lampert, the evolved form of Litwick, and as you can see, whereas Litwick was a candle Pokemon, this is an actual lantern Pokemon. And of course it's Fire Ghost, which makes it really cool and really interesting. A good addition to the Pokemon Ghost family. Boy Lampert. Tell me Lampert, does dying second time hurt any less? Ooh. I don't even know what I'm going on about now. Ugh, I'm going mad from all this commentating. I've been doing like 10 parts in one go. Join me again next time.